Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 4v4 match on the map Arena Valley Extreme. I'm starting in the bottom left position, playing as the Allies. So first things first, I'm going to expand to the ore patch that's above me. That's quite a good ore patch because it does have a lot of gems. I'm also going to be building some infantry and scouting to the north very quickly. Because it's a 4v4 match, there is an opponent right above me on the other team. It was set positions, so I do know where my opponents are. So you can see me expanded to that top straight away. And if you've noticed, I've sort of spread my infantry out a little bit, just so they're a bit wider, so they do uncover more space, so I can get a better visibility of if there's any infantry incoming on my base. So that's why I've sort of spread them out like that. And you can see that red is trying to bring an infantry person through. So we'll need to destroy that because we don't want them to get any sight on my base. And we can see green doing exactly the same thing with infantry, getting them to all the points. So now my infantry aren't as spread out as I wanted them to be because we did have to go after that red infantry. And what we'll be doing... Oh, and that's Grenadiers. And that's a shame that, because Grenadiers do destroy infantry very quickly if they get a bunch of bombs off. And you can see my infantry have been whittled down. So that was obviously not so good for me. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to spread my infantry out and use them as defense. Because I don't want to spend too much on infantry, because I want to be producing tanks relatively quickly. And you can see I'm getting my second war factory straight out, because it is an ore and gems game. And then I'll be building another power plant. Now what I've gone for in this game is I have gone for 2 ore trucks. That's quite a greedy build. I'm just looking to the right, and I'll be able to expand to the ore patch there as well. And the reason, and it's because of the opponents I'm playing against, the teams that are near me, I don't think will attack that early on. So it's better for me to build those 3 ore trucks and get a better economy set up. If you were playing players who were good at quick match, you probably wouldn't do that. You'd probably go for 1 ore truck and then build tanks straight after that. So I've gone for the slightly more greedy build, and now I'm going to be building a second ore refinery, and then I'll be going on to my 3rd war factory. And we're not going to want to hang around too long, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring those medium tanks up and try and hassle the player above us. And we'll have to see what he's got at this stage in the game. So we can see those infantry obviously guarding his base. So we'll just try and take them out first. And I'm going to let my tanks group up outside his base before I go in, because yeah, what you never want to do is you never want to send in your tanks one at a time. And we can see he's got some heavy tanks, he's got some rocket men, he's got quite a number of heavy tanks actually, so he's not too slow on production. The rocket men will provide a little bit of hassle. They're probably not the best thing to build early on. And we can see that pink has gone for Migs, so that's an unusual strategy to do when you're playing team games. Right, so we need to be quite proactive here and try and take out red ASAP, because we want to get to pink's base and destroy those Migs. Now that I've got that 3rd war factory, what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to produce a couple of ore trucks. And that's just so I can maintain production of tanks, which is obviously going to... That's the whole point of getting a 3rd war factory, to have that fast production. And you can see now he's sending Migs down, and it looks like they might be going for my base. If you build Migs, obviously you do have a scout plane, and we can see that scout plane going through, so we'll have to see what he goes to destroy at the moment. So that's not good for us. And we can see he's gone for my construction yard, so I'm no longer going to be able to build any extra buildings. And it makes it hard for me, because obviously later on as well I'd build a radar dome, so I'd be able to see what's going on in other parts of the map. So I'm just going to be focusing on my own game here and destroying red as quickly as possible. Now we've got rid of red's 2 war factories. I don't know if he has another one, but that's going to obviously hamper his production. And there's my teammate asking for help. And you can see he's also got some Tesla. Now, Tesla aren't too strong without tanks helping them. But, yeah, you can see I don't have many tanks myself. So, that's going to be painful. And although I'm probably going to get rid of the Tesla, he does have air support as well. And infantry support. So that's just sort of like destroyed. I need to get that Tesla down. And we've managed to do it. But we have lost all our tanks in the meantime. So that puts us in a difficult position. And there's the paratroopers, which have destroyed our second ore refinery. And that's like bad for us. We've still got one ore refinery left, but our second one we built is now destroyed. So it means that our ore trucks are all going to be going to one ore refinery, which is obviously not the best situation, because that means ore trucks can get stuck in this game because they're not the best at organising themselves, as I'm sure anyone who's played this game will know. Now, one thing I want to get rid of is I want to get rid of that barracks because those infantry are just so annoying. And because there's because they're spread out, it's harder to squash them. And we can see now Pink is producing tanks, so it's becoming more essential that we end this quickly. Because what Pink's going to do is they're going to start destroying more and more buildings, and the longer this game goes on, the worse it is for us. Right, so we're getting rid of these Pink tanks at the moment. We'll get rid of that barracks. And then once we get rid of the barracks, we'll go for the construction yard. And that will mean that Red can't produce anything anymore. Although we do see a service depot there, which he was probably going to be building more MCVs. But I don't think he'll have had time at this stage in the game. And we can see he sold it. And that tells me something, actually. That tells me he might have another war factory somewhere. Because what's the point in selling it if you can't produce anything? That's the thing. So we'll have to have a look, because what he'll probably be trying to do is to try and produce another MCV. Because I'm pretty sure he hasn't got one at the moment. Right, and there's Pink's war factory. So you can see he's expanded all the way south. So we've got to Pink's base, and we're going to be doing as much destruction as we can at this minute. And you can see those aeroplanes coming in, those Migs. And we can see where Red has got another war factory. So that's the most important thing at the moment, because I'm sure he's going to be producing another MCV, and he will have plenty of ore because he's still got an ore refinery. So let's try and get this down. And we can see that is an MCV coming out. So we'll have to destroy that war factory, and then we'll have to destroy that MCV. So the war factory goes down. And now we'll have to get that MCV because he does have access to ore still. And once we get that MCV down, Red is effectively out of the game because he's got no more production. So that's a big win for us. And you can see we've got a good number of tanks here. Those 3 war factories really helping us out at this stage. And now that Red's out of the game, we can focus entirely on Pink. And you can see Pink sending his MiGs down. And I'm really hoping he's not going for that ore refinery, because I've only got one left. So we're going to just have to push up as much as we can now. You can see he's got Tesla defense, but he hasn't got enough tanks with it to help defend. And it looks like that ore refinery is still standing because I'm still getting ore coming in. Right, okay, so now we're going to be pushing through his base. He has those 2. And it looks like he's been hassled off Blue, so Blue's done a good job there. And now we've got to those MiG airfields, and we're going to be able to destroy those, which is going to stop his air support. Yeah, so we're just getting rid of all those airfields because they've been providing an absolute nuisance at this stage. And you can see Purple, his allies, have got a big tank force, and they're coming in to help at the moment. And those airfields have been sold. So now we're going to be fighting with Purple. He's got a large number of heavy tanks here. And what we're going to do is we're just trying to whittle down his forces as much as possible at this stage. You can see that one of our allies, Orange, is out of the game. So we're 1 person down, but Red and Pink are pretty much finished at this point. But we've still got 2 good players. Purple and Red are still in this game. And you can see Purple there doing a lot of damage to me at the moment. And I am going to lose this tank battle, but what we have been able to do is we've been able to destroy a large number of those tanks, which is obviously really, really important. And you can see I'm just getting more tanks. I'm getting reinforcements in. And we're just trying to group our tanks back together. And you can see purple's going back to the base, so we'll have to see what's going on there. And we can see that green is going into purple's base, destroying some of those buildings. And what we'll try and do is we'll just try and get rid of as many of those tanks and do as much damage as possible at this stage in the game. But it looks like purple is in trouble. And we'll get out that, we'll try and take out that construction yard. And you can see that pink have a construction yard above, so we're going to need to destroy that as well. Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to let tank get back, pink get back in this game. But you can see our teammate blue is now out of the game, so we're down to 2v2 at the moment. It's Rambo and me against purple and red. So we're doing as much damage as we can at the moment. We're going to take it. We've taken out most of purple's base, and we can see the ore trucks, I think, are pretty much still. So I think hopefully we've got all his ore refineries. I'm going to take out pink's MCV. He's trying to move it at the moment, but we'll chase it down because we don't want, if pink gets some tanks, he'll be able to take them down to my base. Right, so it seems that purple's base is almost gone, and we're going to go for cyan at the moment. And we can see purple's still got some units. I'm just having a look down at my map at the moment. You can see those ore trucks are having a little bit of trouble. But yeah, we're going for cyan's base. You can see green, Rambo, is attacking cyan at the moment. You can see purple's bringing some tanks down south. And we'll have to go. So yeah, we're going to go for just those buildings at the moment. You can see that we'll just go for his construction yard first off, just so he can't build anymore. Get that radar dome out so he can't see other parts of the map. And you can see that purple have a construction yard in that top right position. And it's just about getting like cyan completely out of the game, hopefully. And we can see we destroyed his construction yard as well. That means all construction yards, I think, are gone. I don't at the moment. And we're just doing as much destruction as we can. We're going to go for those ore refineries. And the thing is, it's just a race to the finish at the moment because I think that purple are coming for my base. So we'll have to see if we can destroy them first. And if we could get cyan out, there's still... green might still have some forces. And I'm out of the game. And... yeah, you can see that purple's destroyed. And also Rambo's out now because I think he's pretty much dead. So that's the end of that. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.